What if I told you it's possible to go from 0 sales to $30,000 in just 30 days? Without a huge team, a massive budget, or some viral TikTok. You see, I've worked with thousands of e-commerce brands, and our agency manages over $600 million in ad spend. And today I'm going to break down exactly how we've helped one of our client Shopify stores go from nothing to $30,000 in just 30 days using only Facebook ads. This client came to us with a great product idea and had their Shopify store ready to go, but no audience, no ad strategy, and no creative direction or data. Nothing. They were starting from pretty much ground zero. Now, most people will tell you that launching from scratch is slow, that you need months of testing, tons of content, and a bunch of trial and error. But we had a different plan. We built out their ad campaign structure, showed them exactly what creatives worked, and ran ads with 5 unique ad variants in one landing page. Now, if you're thinking, okay, but I've tried Facebook ads before and they didn't work. Well, this is different because what we focused on was proven frameworks. See, most people lose money on ads because they're guessing. They build a store, they launch 12 products, and hope one hits. This brand didn't do that. Instead, we got hyper specific on who are we targeting, what's the emotional trigger, and what's the one promise that makes somebody click on the ad and is a no-brainer offer. And I'll show you how you can model this exact strategy for your own business. But first, here's how we made it work. The very first week, we focused on creative build out. We spent the first call going through creatives that convert. We launched a direct response ad with a problem solution based hook, a UGC style video talking about the product, a review based ad, and an us versus them ad. And if we go look at the ad library just to break down those 5 unique ad variants so that way you can better understand it. Some of these, which is the UGC style video, which is crushing it. Here's the video here. And we have loved by thousands of women like you. And it's 1 minute and 50 seconds. And she's walking through the product, unboxing it, and what she is receiving, and a little bit of a story about the product. And then what we have is you don't need 5 products to fix your skin. You just need this one. So this allows you to frame it to where, well, there's 5 skincare products you could be using. It costs all this money, where our product is an all-in-one, which solves all of these things for you, which is really your problem solution-based ad. And it talks about smoothing bumps, heals post-shave irritation, makes you glow. There's no BS to this. And a simple product image of somebody holding the actual product. And then what we have is a review-based ad, which is a proven format that we know converts. And as you can see here, I thought it was too good to be true until I tried it. And so this is a review from an actual customer. Then we break down some of the benefits and then we plug in the review. And this is a template that she used inside of our 100 creatives, which is inside of our accelerator and mentorship, where we actually provide these formats because we know they actually convert. When you have the right system and right framework to put in place, your chances of success go up nearly 10-fold. And as we go down, we have some more branded assets like the creative variation, the us versus them, which is comparing your product against the competitors. And then we have a few more variants that we are testing as well. And all of these ads are running in each specific interest audience. And then we have a testing group that we're now launching where we're going to be testing net new creatives based off what we found has been working. And the reason we launched 5 unique ad variants is because we want to maximize the amount of testing we can do on a small budget. If you have the same creative and you're just testing different ad copy, well, if that creative doesn't work, then you're not going to be able to scale effectively because now all of your ads essentially have that same creative that failed. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe you use the same copy across every single ad, but each creative is different. Well, if that copy doesn't work, you've already put yourself at a disadvantage. So by having unique ad variations with proven formats that convert, like the ones that we're using with her right now, you can be able to maximize efficiency and find a potential winning creative. And then what we did in week 2 was we launched ads, and we started at a $25 a day in ad spend using these 5 creatives across 5 unique ad sets. Each ad set had 1 interest, and we had 1 retargeting campaign combined with Advantage Plus, a broad campaign with a broad audience. And these all pointed to the same product page to drive conversions. Here we are on their website. This is the brand, and they're selling a wash for women's hygiene. And as you can see, it's a very simple product page. To be able to go from 0 to 30K doesn't really require much, and you don't have to fully maximize your CRO just yet to squeeze every dollar out of it. But we'll get to that part on how we're gonna go from 30 to being able to do essentially 50 to 100K per month here shortly, because this brand literally just completed their 30K month last month. And so just to walk you through this, they have a free shipping offer over $99. This helps with AOVs if they can get people to buy additional products. Now, what they have structured here is a review. They have one product image, and they really don't have anything else. And then they have the different scents here for different types of bottles they can buy based off what they prefer. And really all you do is just add to cart, and it takes them to the cart page to check out. By having only one interest in each audience, it allows us to test and find out which ad is going to respond to which audience most effectively. And what we found throughout this process going into week 3 was the optimization stage. In that 10 to 20 day range in, we saw one ad specifically outperforming the rest with a 5x return on ad spend. So we cut some of the other losing ads, scaled the winner, and doubled down on that creative, and then launched new variations. By week 4, we were scaling by 20 to 30% every 3 days while watching the return on ad spend. The key? We didn't chase any vanity metrics, we only optimized for purchases and the average order value. And as you can see here, they were doing about $16 per day, only a few product sales, and we really started to implement some of the ads and get things going. And as you can see, the sales have been rising up and to the right all the way through very consistently. And you can see right away, they went from 161 to literally doing almost $2,000 per day in just a matter of 3 days time. Pretty incredible to think about. But when you launch these campaign structures that we were just going over, it allows you to scale much further and much faster. And by doing this and leveraging the right creatives, we're able to consistently scale pretty much every 3 days. As you can see here, we had a pop in sales. So we ramped up budget, sales went up, it's starting to stabilize, scale up again. What happens? It goes up, stabilizes, scale again, and you can see this process reiterates itself where every peak is essentially getting to a higher place. And then what we do is we start to let off the gas a little bit, so that way we can allow the algorithm to optimize on its own. We don't touch it, the creatives are now working based off what we found, and we let it stabilize. And that's when you start seeing fluctuations where you have very low peaks and very high peaks back to very low peaks start to ride out. And as you can see, now we're in a much more stabilized period, and it's growing on its own. So we haven't been increasing ad spend from this point. It's now just optimizing and getting much better to be able to effectively scale from here. And by day 30, they had done over $30,000 in sales, maintaining a 3 to 5x return on ad spend from a brand that barely had any sales from the month prior. And now this brand is on pace for $50,000 months. So where do we go from here with a brand like this? Well, it doesn't just stop at 30K months or 50K months. If we're going to go to the $100,000 per month, there's a few things we have to do going forward. One of those things is going to be activating an email and SMS channel, so that way we can maximize results. The other thing is being able to fix this drop off. And the way that we do that is through this website. We're going to consolidate some of these scents. We're going to fix the add to cart process because it's kind of broken right now based off this slide cart. This was recently implemented, but there's glitching out, which even though people are still buying, it's definitely a bottleneck, which could jump them to 5% conversion rates. So that is something that is being worked on. And then the homepage, these are all going to be cleaned up to one line items. A headline will be implemented with a call to action. We need to go ahead and go through and have a scroller for not only best sellers, but additional products. And on the product pages, we need to have at least 5 to 7 images. We need not only the drop downs, but we need to break down the product and fix some of the formatting so that way we can clean up the product landing page. And this is really going to allow us to go from being at a 2.6% to being closer to a 5% conversion rate, which will unlock explosive growth for this brand. Now, once again, not everything has to be perfect right away to get to 30K months, but now that we're scaling up, we can start to optimize even further and activate a lot of these things to increase spend and scale faster. And that is just a few of the things required to be able to go from the 30K months to 50 and the 100K per month mark. And this isn't just a one-off win where we've been able to take a store from 0 to 30K in the first 30 days. We've used this same exact system to help a skincare brand go from 20K to $240,000 per month. We helped another brand go from $100,000 per month to $300,000 per month, selling out their product every single month. And then we took a watch brand from $19,000 to $50,000 in under 90 days. You might be thinking, yeah, well, I've tried Facebook ads and they're expensive. Well, They can be if you test Facebook ads like a slot machine. But if you treat it like a business engine where your offer, your creative, and product page all work together, then ads can become one of your fastest growth lever. So here's the deal. If you want to shortcut the trial and error and model this exact 0 to 30K system to your business, I put together a free training that breaks it all down step by step right here. You can also click the link below this video to watch it. Or if you're already running ads and want help scaling to multiple 100K months, then go ahead and book a call with myself and team where we'll break down exactly what you need to fix and what to scale. You don't need luck, you just need the right system. And when you plug in the right strategy at the right time, 0 to 30K in 30 days isn't just possible, it becomes predictable and reliable. So let's make that happen, and I'll see you on the other side. It's your favorite digital marketer here, Chase Chappell. Cheers. And bye, y'all.